This episode of Attack on Titan was quite a lot to talk about. So we start at the beginning where the commander Magarth, right, talks about how Titans are going to be useless now and that future battles are going to be aerial. So the thing is that now that Titans are useless, they are going to have to develop their technology, which, you know, is not really that advanced because they relied on the Titans. So their power, the base military power is within the Titans, and now that the Titans are, you know, useless, and there is news going out telling people that the Titans have become useless, or to a certain degree anyways, what happened is that they are now panicking because they don't have the necessary requirements to take on other people, because they, first of all, just wasted all their troops on the war that they were currently fighting, and second of all, the Titans are now useless and are being reported everywhere. So, you know, in a way, it's kind of degrading their army in a kind of way, degrading their military power. So apparently Zeke has less than a year left and he wants to go back to Paradise and restore his honor like Prince Zuko. Shout out to the people who watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. But anyways, he has less than a year left and he wants to go back and take the coordinates. And the thing is that I think Colt is his son. Colt must be his son. But from the translation I read, apparently Colt will inherit the Beast Titan, and apparently the reason why Zeke can command Titans is just unknown to both the scientists who tried to find out what the whole thing was about, as well as, you know, all these other Titan shifters and the previous Beast Titans before him. So, you know, they said that is, Colt at least said that it has nothing to do with its royal blood. And the thing is that apparently the way he turns people into Titans is he injects people with some of his Titan nape fluid, right? And then they turn into Titans. So it's like, okay, now that we know this, how did he turn the people within the walls into Titans? I mean, did he go and spray each individual with some of the serum or what? I mean, it does not make sense. Maybe he poisoned their water supply with the serum, and after a while he just shouted and, you know, they all turned into Titans. It could be, that is a possibility. Or maybe he just sprayed it on all of them, because you cannot take one person at a time and just turn them into Titans. And also, it's a big village, so, you know, he cannot get everyone at the same time. So they still need to explain how he did that. But they explained that, you know, the Titans who are mindless are not called mindless Titans, they are just called pure Titans. So these are the Titans that eats any human in sight, basically. So apparently all the battles are going to be aerial, meaning that the Titans are going to be rendered 100% useless. And, you know, it's sad to hear, because the show is Attack on Titan, it's about Titans, and the fact that Titans are not going to be used at the end of the show is kind of sad to hear. And the thing is, we see a shot of Eren, you know, walking back from the shores, because apparently they sent about 32 Navy ships to the island of Paradise. To do what is something that I need to understand. But I think Eren, and I think it's Armin at the back, because it looks like the new version of the Colossal Titan, right? So I think, yeah, Armin is probably that Colossal Titan behind them. But apparently they have 4 Titans, because once a Titan shifter dies, the power gets transmitted onto someone randoms, and they've checked all over Marley and they haven't found anyone. So it's either someone is hiding within Marley with the Titan power and, you know, is saving it to help the Eldians from the island of Paradise, just like Kruger did, or maybe the person is in Paradise like they predicted, meaning that Paradise has 4 Titans now. Also, so we get to this part where Colt is celebrating with Gabby, right, and all these Eldians. And if you take a look at the whole scene in the train, right, all the Eldians, including Zeke and all the Titan shifters, are sitting on the left, and all the people from Marley are sitting on the right. So they are splitting themselves from the Eldians. And then again, it goes back to the whole mistreatment of Eldians and all that kind of stuff. And I think Reiner misses how he was treated back when he was in the island of Paradise, because back there was nothing wrong with being an Eldian. You can roam free and, you know, experience freedom. So I think that is something that Reiner might probably miss. And also we get introduced to Galliard, right? Galliard is the brother of Marcel who got killed, and, you know, Galliard is not that much of a kind person as I thought he is. But the most important part here is the amount of roasting he did to Reiner. So, you know, so Galliard is not held back, and he will say anything that comes in his mind. Now the second surprise is Peak, right? Peak is actually a woman. That was a big surprise. So the question is, if Titans resemble the people who transformed into them, then how come Peak looks like a guy in the Titan form whilst it is actually a woman inside the Titan transformation? That doesn't make sense to me. But apparently, because Peak has been on all fours for about 3 months or so, I think it's rendered her ability to walk on 2 feet to, you know, be hindered, because she has not done that for a long period of time. So, you know, it's fine. But back to the train scene where all these Eldians were rejoicing because of Gabby's victory. So we have Colt who is celebrating and he's drunk, and Gabby gets big-headed because, you know, she's the one that destroyed the train tracks and all that kind of stuff, and they're celebrating. I think Falco likes Gabby, or maybe I think he's in love with her, but the thing is that he does not want Gabby to become the Armored Titan. The main reason why Falco wants to become the Armored Titan is to make sure that Gabby does not become the Titan and shorten her life. So basically he's trying to save her. That's his way of saving her, by inheriting the Armored Titan. I think that is the first reason. The second reason is because he wants to inherit the power, or maybe not, because he starts doubting the powers of the Titan, saying that first of all it's useless, and secondly he does not like the whole living for only 13 years and all that kind of stuff. He emphasizes, and Reiner said that he was going to report Falco, but I think he understood what Falco was talking about and what Falco's desires were. So he said that he is going to make sure that Falco inherits the Armored Titan, meaning that Falco's going to have to do something more riskier than what Gabby did, essentially. If we go into more detail when it comes to the Eldians and the Marley, if you look at the Eldians, they are afraid of the Marley to the point where they have an oath to swear their lives to the Marley, as well as how Zeke reacted to Captain McGarth when he came and said, just continue your conversation. Like, these people were so scared, they were so shocked that, you know, even Colt lit up the cigarette of Captain McGarth just like that, without Captain McGarth saying anything. And that goes to show how much respect and how much brainwashing has been done to these people. I mean, if you go to Eldia, right, if you go to Paradis and you see how Zeke dominated the Eldians right there, and if you see the Zeke right now, it's like a big contrast of one character. And, you know, it goes to show how much brainwashing has been actually done to all these Eldians, and they believe they are doing the right thing, but they are really not. And it's just all symbolism for the whole Nazi Germany thing, which I think this was inspired by. But then again, why would an Eldian from Marley side with Paradis? Because Paradis is a small island which contains a small amount of Eldians, right? Their forces is not as advanced as the Marley, and the Marley itself is a bigger country, meaning that they have more forces and, you know, more better technology, as well as well-trained Titans to attack the island of Paradis. So I think the island of Paradis is at a disadvantage unless they figure out some kind of new technology to make sure that all these Titans are handled firstly, and secondly that the military are taken down. But, you know, with that being said, that has been my review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I was right that Ymir was eaten by Galliard. Some people said in the comment section that I was lying and I was talking random shit, saying that Ymir is dead because it does not make sense. But actually, we find out that my theory about Galliard using his jaw is the same thing as Ymir using her jaw. Because if you look at Ymir's Titan, the first time when it appeared, it did not have any sharp teeth until it ate Marcel, who was the previous jaw Titan. So there you go, that is the proof. With that being said, just do all the stuff, subscribe and hit that notification button, all that bullshit, and I have nothing more to say. Bye.